Good morning, friends. Welcome to the vlog. I just chugged down this Celsius. These are by far my new favorite like pre-workout or any energy drinks. Hold on, let me focus. They're so good. I got on them because they sell them at the gym and they're healthy AF and they just make you feel super clean, energized. I love it so much for me because I, no matter what, loathe the gym. I love the people. I love the atmosphere. I love how I feel after a workout. I love that I can't get my first out right now. I love all the things that come along with working out. I just hate like getting here. Takes everything I have to like, I don't know, rally. I'm hoping one day that it won't be like that, but like I think all signs point to no for me on that one. No matter how fit one is, I'm just not a gym girl. I just don't like to work out. Maybe someday. But until that day, I'm gonna keep doing it because it's discipline. And we could all benefit from some discipline. At least I like my gym. Could be worse. Hello. Before we start the podcast, hi.
Hello. Cheers.
We don't know what we're talking about. This is what happens. So
we don't know what we're talking about, but I will.
Maybe our word of the year, because my word of the year is discipline. And
and mine is balance. We can talk about that.
Oh, yep.
Of
course you have a word. I'm like, okay, well let's do that then. You ready?
Yes. Cheers, everybody.
This is weird. We haven't done one this year yet. Okay. Well,
we need to get regular because we've gotten people have been friending our podcast or.
We have 1,000 plays on it.
All right.
I'll leave it linked down below for you guys. But if you're watching this video, then you're listening to the podcast. So welcome to a video podcast.
Yeah, that's how all the podcasters do it. All the ones I listen to, most of them film it and put it on YouTube, and then whatever platform you listen to your podcast on.
All right. Well, let's hit it.
Let's hit it.
All right. Okay, we're rolling.
All right. Love this for us.
Love this for us. Welcome back to the podcast, guys.
And we promise to be more regular.
Yes.
Once a week.
Yeah. We're gonna really try.
We are. I'm being the organized person that I am. I'm gonna come up with a spreadsheet and try to have some topics. And,
also, if you're listening to this on Anchor, we are also filming it for YouTube, so it's gonna be over on my YouTube channel and my Facebook page, Lauren Brazee Vlogs on Facebook and Lauren Brazee on YouTube. If you're listening on Anchor, we love that for us. Really.
And we appreciate it. Wherever you're listening to us, we do appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do.
Because really, you're taking the time out of your day to spend with us, and everybody's time is precious. So
especially when we sit and talk like this. I feel like, it can't be that interesting, but we're interesting.
Somehow we are interesting.
Somehow we're interesting. So I think this time, since it's our first podcast of 2020, we should talk about our word of 2020. Okay. I think that's like what I know for sure you do. There's a bug. Sorry, guys.
In Florida.
I think I definitely know you do it, and I know I have a word. So do you want to like go off like on what we are doing in 2020? Since it is the end of January, it's been an interesting month. So
talk about our words, or
our words, like what we're doing, what's going on, what's happening, catch up.
What's happening? Very busy. Mm-hmm. Doing the personal training. Lauren's killing it. I've got some clients, and actually. I've heard somebody on the radio today, it's January 74th today. It has felt like a long month.
Yeah.
And I know for us, we ended the year very busy, wonderful Christmas, and then had vacation, and then boom, right back to, being punched in the face by life on January, whatever the first Monday in January was.
Yeah.
So I know for me, feeling very productive, very inspired, got some ideas kind of nailed down in my head about some books that I want to be working on, one about Ella. And autism, and a couple other things. So feeling very creative, like got through the first part of the month, and now like at the risk of sounding very time to grind. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like got our footing, and it's time to.
It's so funny because I am filming this, so my video that's going out today is called long month short fights, because John and I had like short arguments throughout the month, but it was the longest month of our life.
It feels pretty long.
It was long.
Which is, in one way, it's like, oh, I feel kind of caught up and ready.
I don't like that.
my vision book done, and my vision, what I do is I create it on my computer, a vision book, just a cheater way to do it, grab a bunch of images and then sift through them. And so I posted them all on the shelf above my desk, which I had done last year. I had like 6, and I think all 6 of them I either accomplished or made significant progress on. So I've got that done, which is a big one for me.
If you guys don't realize
that stuff that happened, what you want to happen, if you look at it every single day, can make it happen.
Mom is an overachiever of all things. You are. You really are. She's a doer. I have always said, because Priscilla's a doer, I know a lot of doers. And then there's people who, take a more laid back approach and are like, yeah, I want to do these things, but I don't need to
I don't feel like I do enough, but
that's because you're a doer. Doers don't feel like they do enough. So that's like a thing.
It's a doer thing.
It is. But I think the month was really a learning experience for me because John's now home. So that was
your life changed significantly.
It did. And it wasn't.
Everybody's did. I took on this, before my regular kind of work, doing the work at the gym. It really was 2020 is different.
Well, and then honestly, the world kind of got a little shifty here in 2020. I'm on TikTok, so guys, follow me on TikTok. I'm really trying to make it over there.
I'm not. Whatever.
She just did a dance for you, those who are listening and those who are watching. You get that special gym. But they were doing like the first month of 2020 review. These kids are super talented, and a lot of them really do
on TikTok.
Yeah, and we had a lot go on in the world. I mean, with Kobe Bryant's passing and his daughter, that's affecting everybody. All of those people's lives are affecting everybody. And then there was, Iran, and then the coronavirus.
Yeah, we're seeing all those earthquakes.
It's a little, I mean, there's some things going on. I think
and there always is, and I think we're more tuned into it, social media, and anything can grow on social media, but
I think the negative is starting to outweigh the positive on all social media, even more so in the beginning of this year. I think it really, the negative kind of took a turn.
Well, and that's what we're all here for then, to just be positive, because there still is way more. For every rotten person there is in the world, there's 10 great people.
20 even, really.
Yeah, so I mean, it's up to us to, turn the tide and be positive.
I, being who I am, I'm very empathetic. I carry a lot of people's pain. So that's why I don't watch the news, and I try not to I don't stay very current on current events. I'm not on Twitter. I don't do any of that stuff because it's heavy for me. I really get down about stuff like that. And just silly stuff like dying and things that are all natural and happen to everyone. I go down a rabbit hole. That's just how my anxiety is. So I've been carrying the weight of the world literally as well.
And we can't do that.
I really can't do that. But I read comments and I hurt for other people, and it's just it's heavy. But at the same time, I need to make sure that I'm being positive and putting that energy out.
And you are. I mean, I love watching your videos.
Oh, you're so sweet. My word. Well, we're gonna get to the word, I guess, of January.
Have you done your vision?
I have done. Well, I did it in my passion planner, like I've done every year. Which 4 years ago, I wanted to start a YouTube channel. How crazy is that?
I know. And you know what came up on my Facebook memories today is you were at 30,000 on Facebook, and it was
on YouTube last year.
Yeah, and let's get this girl. So yeah,
I know.
You still use the passion planner?
I do for that. I like the outline that they have in the very beginning of the passion planner, where you set up your life and you have a goal, and then a 3-year goal, and a 6-month and 3 months.
Good. Okay.
I like that.
Because I switched to Panda Planner. Works better for me because I'm a daily.
They reached out to me.
Panda Planner?
Yeah.
Ah,
that's funny.
I love Panda Planner.
Oh, maybe I'll
reach back.
Okay. Jeez Louise.
I've been using them for about a year. I made the switch from Passion Planner. Not that I was uncomfortable, but I know for me I needed to mix it up. All the years I worked, I used a Franklin planner, which was
I remember that thing.
Oh yeah,
it's like a binder.
Yes, super organized. And I was like, okay, I'm retiring. I'm starting a different life. I need a different kind of planner. And so I switched to Passion Planner for a few years, and then I just felt like I needed another boost. Just mix it up. To feel fresh. And so I've been using.
She's had a planner every day of my life. I don't ever remember you not having a planner, which is great.
No, I was using a planner before you were born. It was the first thing I did at the fire department, when I took an administrative type of job. I knew I needed to be organized. She's
the most organized human on the planet. We should all be more like Jill. You're who I strive to be, as far as everything has a place in your house. Everything is, you do a load of laundry a day. You know what I mean? You're very scheduled.
And I strive to be you, to be so open and empathetic and
hey, we're yin and yang, man. Yin and yang, man. But my word of the year, you said yours was balance.
Yeah.
Mine is discipline, because that is the one thing that I have lacked my entire life is discipline.
I would probably agree with that.
Yeah, it's the worst. I mean,
so what does that mean to you? What did you?
It's with everything. I think I want to discipline myself more, obviously, with doing things that I don't necessarily want to do, which is working out. I was talking about in the beginning of this vlog. Hi, vlog. We're staring at you. I hate it.
But you don't put it off when you get there.
When I'm doing it, I'm in it and I like survive it. But like waking up in the mornings of gym mornings, I'm pissed. Like I'm just mad.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is, but like I feel like me pushing myself through that funk, maybe I'll end up in a place where I'm like excited to go to the gym. I just don't know if that's for me, my life.
You got an eyelash on you.
Oh, well, thank you for that. Okay.
I'm still your mother.
I know, it's such a mom thing. I don't know, I feel like I'm disciplining myself more with like actually continuing to work out and not just blowing you off all the time.
Okay, which I appreciate that. It's easier to blow me off because I am your mom. You know,
it's actually not. It actually makes it 1,000 times harder because you're a real trainer. And
yes, but I mean, it's not like you're paying me. You know,
I know I'm not paying you, but I know people do pay for your time, and I don't want to waste your time. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that.
That somehow, don't tell me that, because then that'll give me a reason to cancel all the time.
No, because I do structure my day to include
I
you.
know, and that's why I know how planned out you are, so I'm like, I don't want to waste her time and have her switch her whole day around. So
I appreciate that.
No problem. But I think with my eating as well, that's going to be the one thing that's going to be the hardest for me forever, I think, as far as discipline, but I'm really trying. And my work with YouTube, Facebook, all those things, I think.
How does discipline apply to that?
Doing it, I love making videos and I love doing what I'm doing, but I think by the end of the night with just life in general, don't feel like editing, and then I do it in the morning and it wastes part of my day, and it just takes... It takes 48 hours to make a video when it should take 6. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's probably the discipline part of it. I did something yesterday, there was something I had to do for one of my clients that I had it was busy work, but it was like, overdue. And at lunch I had watched This Is Us, and it left with a cliffhanger. Like, I work at home, I work for myself. I could watch another episode and work later or start earlier. But I was like, no, you have to do that thing. So I was like, you're going to do that thing. And I set a timer because it's something that is ongoing. So I set a timer. I'm like, you're going to do that thing for 30 minutes.
You're so good at that. It's discipline. You are the most disciplined human I've ever met in my life.
I feel like I've become undisciplined since I retired. So to me, that was like a getting back into discipline. But that might work for you, where you, like, I've listened to different people talk about organization and stuff like that, and they talk about, like, blocking your time. You know, like... Time
blocking is a thing, and I've been listening to a lot of podcasts.
Like, you do 2 hours of this and 2 hours of that.
My brain does not... I cannot function that way. For some reason, I just, like, that to me makes me...
Because you're too creative.
Yeah, it makes me hate it. I'm like, no, I won't, I'm not doing that. Like, I don't like to be tied down. My biggest joy of my job is when I make content. Like, the last few days I've had moments after I'm editing a video, I'm like, oh, it's coming together. And I feel like all day long when I'm vlogging, I'm like, oh, this is boring. Like, what am I going to do? I want to make this, like, educational and positive.
Your gift is your art is in the editing, and, you know.
I don't want to say editing is art. I think more like, I think I try too hard to do like something else that I'm not really supposed to be doing.
And I told you that recently, that your pendulum has swung back to like the original Lauren.
Yeah.
Like I prefer your videos that don't feel so made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's just you being real.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe we set out to say, today you're going to get B-roll of whatever, family time.
Because that does add an element.
Right. And that's going to be the video, but it doesn't. And just so you know, people, we don't do any really staged, stuff
I
like
can't.
That.
Well, I there's some
other than pictures, we have to stand the right way for pictures, and then take 10 more. But I think I like when you're genuine and spontaneous. I can tell the difference. And
my keto content was the most forced content I've ever forced in my life.
In the beginning, it wasn't, because
I was in it.
You're in it. But sometimes. I think all your stuff is great, but I like to see your true personality come through and your true nature. And I think the ups and the downs. That's what real life is. And that, I think, is the movement on social media, or should be, you know, from these curated, not you, but these curated pictures and these, you know, like the highlight reel that everybody's like, oh, let me go look at this guy and see how great he's doing.
Which that is really inspirational. You know? And I feel like we can talk about like how everything's curated and stuff like that, but I think that also holds a really special place on social media, because
for the positive stuff,
right? Like
not for the stuff that subtly shames people into my life's better than yours and your life sucks, because some of that content is that way, that can make people feel bad. But
I find myself watching people like that on YouTube. Like, this is, if you guys probably don't know who this is, Bits of Brie, Love Meg, Paige Danielle, like not even Paige Danielle because she's very real, but like people who are very like, they put off like, this is positivity and here's how you can do this better. I feel inspired by stuff like that.
I do too, but I like the occasional one when you come across and they say, you know what, I am not working out today, I'm just too tired.
Or
you know
my kid shit the bed last night. And on, like, seriously, like stuff like that is
because
more
the ones that rub me wrong is it's great, inspirational, and then it's like, I woke up today with 104 temperature and I've been throwing up and I'm gonna go work out, and because I work out every day, you know, you're like, really?
Yeah.
Like, do you never just wake up and go, oh, you know, I feel sick, or I feel fat, or I'm mad at the world today?
This is my perspective.
That's real life.
I think you're following the wrong people on Instagram.
Me?
I think you need to do a little bit of a clear out. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
There's a couple people on there that are a little, you know?
That you know that I follow?
Yeah, I think so.
That probably aren't good for me?
The ones that do stuff like that, you probably, because I think that irks you in a way, because you're just like, oh man, like, you're bringing other people, like, making them feel bad, and you don't want people to feel bad.
Well, and I can be very susceptible to that.
Yeah,
you know, because
it can make you feel bad. I think
I
was like, I see something happening here, don't call me. It's like, you sent me to so much therapy, I could be a freaking therapist.
No, I feel like I spent so much of my life, like, no matter what, I can't miss this workout in the morning, and I must this and I must that, you know, so when that probably triggers something for me.
For sure, 1000%. I mean, I saw the trigger, I saw the light switch on, like certain things trigger me, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that for sure is a trigger for you, because you're like, I don't feel good today.
And I will dump people immediately on social media if they post videos making fun of other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like somebody that's at the beach or in a gym, anything like that. Done. Yeah. I'm done with you the very first time you do that, because chances are that person will never see it. But if you got to take the shine off somebody's apple to make yours shinier, then you're in the wrong thing. So that is an absolute. I don't care how much I like that person. That shows me.
It makes you instantly not like them.
You're like,
it's like when I hear someone say the R word and I'm friends with them, and I'm like, okay, so now I'm judging you all over the place, because if you're that ignorant, you know what I mean? And a lot of times they don't mean that.
I just saw somebody that I had recently started to follow on social media. He was having a health journey, and I don't know, I found him through something, but he had heart surgery or something like that. I'm like, oh, this guy, and then he used, it was a what kind of slur do I want to say? Like a sexuality slur in print, you know, and it just.
Why?
Right.
Can you
He
find
was
nothing else?
talking about like his doctor, like, I really love Dr. Bob, but I'm not a so-and-so. And I'm like,
who cares?
Sorry.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just,
and maybe you're clueless, and maybe that's and it's not an offended thing. It's not like snowflake or anything like that. It's just like, you know, you see those memes like, well, if you don't know who the Moody Blues are, we can't be friends.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those like, if you're going to let that slip.
If you're going to put it, and that's not even.
And we're not even friends, so why would I waste my time on your social media?
Or putting it out on social media. People have different banter when you're with like your friends or your family.
Correct.
You don't always have to be politically correct with your friends or with your family, but like when you take time to actively post it on social media.
But even somebody like, say somebody you know casually, and this hasn't happened in the real world, but say somebody you just know casually at the gym, and you know, you're like, oh, we're kind of gym buddies, we talk, and then they like slip something like that, and you're like, oh. You know, there's one of two ways. I have used with the R word, I've said to people, like, not at the moment, because I'm generally not going to call you out, because then it's awkward for everybody.
I do.
You know, it just depends on how, you know, but just to say, I guess gave the example of John the other day. Somebody was asking about his job or whatever, And I said the hardest part for him was, obviously getting screamed at by irate customers, but when they would use the R word with him.
Yeah.
And
that happened twice.
And that's not in the setting where you can do anything about it. So social media, you're right. We should probably, there's everybody's goal.
Yeah.
Trainer-wise, I always give my clients goals. There's our goal. And I'll do it myself.
I'll
your
social media.
Cleanse my social media. Yeah.
Because, and I think that's what this, I guess, turns into, really. Is like, my job is social media. And I've posted videos recently where like, well, what does John do? What is John doing? Which John is working on a business. Have I told you about that yet?
No.
I guess we can talk about it here. He does business licensing for the city. Well, he can do that because he's permitted to do that for other people starting their business. He can do...
be your guy.
Right. So Jordan reached out to him about a couple business people that are going to start their stuff. So he's going to do that on the side. How great is that?
See?
And it's legal and all that jazz.
Right.
But I mean, it's just something...
What's John's word for the year?
John doesn't do that.
Boys don't do that?
I mean, some boys do it. John doesn't do it.
Mine is balance. That's my word for the year.
I think that will benefit you more than anything else because you're so structured.
Well, balance, it's two-part: physical, because I work on that with my clients and I want to improve my physical balance. So I got a little wobble board and everything. And my goal is to get up to doing the Indo board at the gym.
Oh,
so just balance is good at all ages, but particularly when we get older.
Yeah.
So physical balance, but more so life balance.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm much more balanced than I used to be.
Well, I don't mean that in a bad way. There's nothing wrong with who you are. You're great, but it's rigid sometimes.
Yes, and I do need to just say, I don't know. It's not like Wednesday's meatloaf night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it runs in my family to be very, nope. Wednesday's meatloaf night. We're not having anything other than meatloaf. But somebody brought us a nice steak. Nope, it's meatloaf night.
Yeah.
I come from a long line of that's how our anxiety manifests itself. So balance for me will be to say, what the heck? Here I say that when I made myself go up and do something for half an hour before I could watch the show. But to me, that was balance because then it didn't hang over my head. I had something to look forward to.
There can be too much of either. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you said, that's a good balance.
Way too much time in my life being too structured and out of balance.
And I've spent way too much of my life not having enough structure and not having enough discipline.
Isn't it funny that we picked not opposing
words? Well, we
but
spent so many years of our life doing this because you were so disciplined and structured, and I didn't have any at all. Which is not, in both of those.
And all of that changed, though, when I had the absolute epiphany to say, she is not me. Mm-hmm. She's not going to be me. And look
when
how
did that happen?
Pretty much after you graduated from high school.
Once I got through that.
Excuse me. Burping up my kombucha. No, when Papa got sick, and we realized we had to, because we had kind of drifted, things weren't great, you moved out of the house, things were rough.
Yeah.
And when Papa got sick and we realized, we got to circle the wagons.
Yeah,
And I thought, you know what, I don't even know why, but I could kind of remember that immediate feeling of, that was then.
Well, because
this is now.
That was, and, it makes you put things into perspective.
Yeah, maybe a big, kind of like what people are saying about like the Kobe Bryant accident.
Yeah.
Where people are saying
the untouchables.
No day is guaranteed to any of us.
No, it's not.
And
we definitely need to we can structure and balance out our lives, but we also need to enjoy them and really spend the quality time together. And life is short, man.
It is.
And we're going to make February our best month ever. I think our next podcast will be in February. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yes, because it's how long?
It's 21 minutes.
But gosh, you have a busy phone. 20 minutes?
Yep.
What's our goal? What do you generally?
I guess 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Also on Anchor, which is awesome, you can actually send voice memos so we can answer questions directly from you guys on Anchor, the Anchor app, which for you folks on YouTube, it'll be linked down below so you guys can check it out and send in voice memos. Well, friends, that's it for today's vlog. It's like a podcast, a vlogcast. Ayo! We're really working on things in 2020. We really are, and I hope you are too. Make sure you guys check out our podcast link down below. I'm going to be filming them. I've had a lot of requests to film them. Some people don't like to listen or don't have the means to or just want to watch it on video, so I thought I would share it with you guys. I hope you enjoyed. And let me know down below your word for 2020. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, friends.